You've felt it too, haven't you? That shift in the air, like something sacred is trying to get your attention. The angels say this isn't your imagination. He told himself he moved on, but the universe refuses to agree. There are signs all around him. Songs he didn't mean to hear. Names that sound like yours whispered in passing. Dreams that leave him breathless at 3 a.m., waking up with your name trembling on his lips. He tries to brush it off, but spirit has its own plans. The angels reveal, this connection was written long before either of you knew how to spell love. You weren't placed in his path to be forgotten. You were sent to be the mirror, the awakening, the echo that brings him home to himself. He doesn't yet have the language for this kind of love, but his soul recognizes you, even in silence, even in denial. He tries to run, but the further he goes, the more life reminds him of you. The coffee tastes different. The sky looks emptier. He catches glimpses of your essence in the softest corners of his day. Why her? He asks. The angels answer, because she sees you. Not just the surface, but the soul you've tried to hide. You've stirred something sacred. Not a feeling, a mission. You were sent to wake what was buried. And that cannot be undone. The angels whispered this verse for your heart, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8 verse 28. He's not cold. He's not indifferent. He's scared. The angels say, this isn't about you being too much, it's about him never having met someone who makes him feel everything at once. When you entered his life, you didn't knock. You arrived like sunlight, unapologetic and warm. And it terrified him. Because no one prepared him for a love that doesn't ask for permission to change everything. He built walls long before you came along. Born from past pain. From silent betrayals. From moments when love promised to stay, but ultimately left anyway. You touched the parts of him he kept hidden even from himself. And now he's caught, torn between the urge to run and the need to stay. The angels reveal, his silence is not rejection. It's protection. His way of saying, I don't know how to carry this, but I feel it. You deserve someone who is whole. And he knows that. Which is why he pulls away, hoping that time will transform him into the man he believes you need. But love doesn't wait for perfection. It waits for permission, to be real, messy, vulnerable. He's not resisting you. He's resisting the version of himself that doesn't know how to accept love like this. Still, every time he closes a door, he lingers on the other side. Because something in him knows, you're the one who sees the boy he used to be, and the man he's afraid to become. And that frightens him more than anything else. You weren't sent to save him. The angels want you to remember this. You are not the cure for someone else's healing journey. You are the light. But even light needs to rest. There's a softness in you that's rare, the kind that listens without interrupting, the kind that gives without demanding. But somewhere along the way, you started forgetting yourself. Offering all your warmth without checking if you were growing cold. He is a work in progress. But so are you. And your journey is sacred too. You are not meant to dim your light so others can see. You are meant to shine so others remember how. The angels say, protect your energy like it's a prayer. Because it is. When you overextend, hoping to earn closeness, the universe pauses. Not to punish, but to redirect. To guide you back home to yourself. You are magnetic not because you chase, but because you remain centered. Whole. Untouched by the noise. Healing is happening, but not just for him. For you too. The desire to fix others often comes from the pain of feeling unseen. But the angels see you. Completely. Your role was never to break yourself in half, so he could feel whole. Your role is to keep your soul lit. So when he's ready to find his way, there's still a light on. He doesn't know why you make him uncomfortable, but the angels do. You don't just walk into a room. You reveal it. When he looks at you, he sees someone unafraid to feel, to hope, to stand raw in front of life and say, "Here I am." And that reflection, it stings. Because it shows him everything he's buried. The angels whisper, "You are the mirror he never expected to find." And now, every time he looks into your eyes, he doesn't just see you, he sees himself. The self he forgot. The self he abandoned to survive. You evoke memories without words. Longings without asking. Regrets he thought were resolved. And that's why he sometimes pulls away after being close. It's not that he doesn't want you. It's that he's afraid of who he becomes in your presence. Vulnerable, exposed, alive. He sees the places where you've healed. And in contrast, he sees where he's still bleeding. It's not your fault. It's your power. You force him to confront his shadow, not with shame, but with invitation. The angels say, "Your love is not soft. It is sharp." And that's why it cuts through his silence. He may not say it out loud, but something in him whispers, "Stay, even if I run." You didn't ask to be the spark that ignites his fire, but here you are. The angels say, something in him is stirring. Not love yet, but the memory of it. Not clarity yet, but the longing for it. He used to believe he could forget you. Now, he's not so sure. There are moments, small, quiet, sacred, where he forgets to pretend. When he laughs without armor. When he speaks your name like a prayer he never learned how to finish. When he stops just before saying more than he intended. The silence between your words has become louder than any conversation. And he hears it. Even when he walks away, he carries it. That sacred pause. That unfinished song. He dreams differently now. Less escape. More return. He sees himself beside you, not as he is, but as he wants to be. Not perfect. Not fixed. But real. The angels whisper, this is the first breath of his awakening. He doesn't know how to name it yet, but Spirit does. It's called longing. And it's holy. He no longer blames the light for exposing what he hid. He begins to thank it. To trust it. To want to stand in it longer. You didn't have to chase him. You only had to remain, steady, open, unbroken. And still, he finds his way back to the echo of your soul. This is not the end. It's the beginning of his yes. And the angels sing, let it rise. Let it rise. Let it rise. He comes close, then retreats. Reaches, then lets go. The angels say, do not mistake this rhythm for rejection. He is learning how to hold what once felt too bright. You feel it, the way he leans in, only to pull back at the last moment. As if standing too long in your light might change him forever. And it would. But growth is messy. It does not move in straight lines. It spirals. It stumbles. It hesitates. He wants to stay, but old fears whisper louder than his courage some days. He tells himself he's protecting both of you, when really, he's just guarding the walls he built long before you arrived. The angels reveal, this is not about you. It never was. It's about a heart learning how to beat without armor. He may disappear for hours, days, sometimes longer. But always, always, something brings him back. A scent. A song. A silence that feels too heavy without you in it. Do not force him to stay. Do not beg the universe to hurry. Let him wander. Let him wonder. Let him miss you. Because even in absence, love recalibrates. And the angels are with him in every step, guiding him home. He doesn't speak of it, but he feels it. The way your love lingers in the spaces he thought were lost forever. The quiet corners of his heart where pain used to reside, now softened by the echo of your presence. The angels say, even when you say nothing, you are healing him. Not with words. Not with demands. But with the gentle force of your being. He didn't know love could be medicine. He thought it was a transaction, give and take, earn and lose. But you showed up differently. You loved like water, flowing, quiet, unstoppable. And in that flow, something inside him began to dissolve. Old wounds. Frozen grief. The belief that he had to carry everything alone. You didn't wave a wand. You simply remained, steady in your truth, gentle in your grace. And that was enough. The angels whisper, healing is not always loud. Sometimes it's the sigh he releases when he hears your voice. Sometimes it's the tears he conceals when he thinks no one is watching. He may not name it yet. He may not thank you. But his soul knows. It's waking up, not because you forced it, but because you made space for it to breathe. And that is love in its purest form. You feel the waiting, the ache of not knowing, the silence that stretches longer than you hoped. But the angels say, this is not abandonment. It is alignment. Every pause, every detour, every moment that feels like standing still, it is all sacred. Because Spirit is preparing both of you for what's next. He is not lost. He is not gone. He is being guided. Even when he doesn't see it. Especially when he doubts it. The angels reveal, divine timing is not cruel. It is kind. It waits for hearts to soften, for lessons to settle, for wounds to close just enough so love can enter without fear. You are held in a plan far greater than your eyes can see. And so is he. Even now, unseen hands are guiding his steps. A whisper here. A closed door there. A dream that won't let him sleep. All leading him back, not just to you but to himself. The angels sing, trust the path, even when it bends. Especially when it hurts. Because something holy is unfolding. And when the time is right, you will look back and understand why it had to take this long. And then they whispered this verse into my ear, for you, beloved soul, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 he wants to say it. But the words tremble like leaves in his throat. The angels say, he is standing at the edge of something sacred, the place where pride meets surrender. And it terrifies him. He has built a world where strength means silence, where love feels like a risk, where opening up is the closest thing to falling. But still, he leans. Just a little. Every time you speak, every time you create space without demanding more, he dares to believe maybe, just maybe, it's safe here. You can see it in the way he hesitates before saying goodbye. In the way his eyes soften when he thinks you're not looking. In the way he remembers the smallest details about you, and lets them linger in his heart longer than he admits. But fear still whispers louder than courage on some nights. It tells him he's not enough. That he will disappoint. That love always leaves. And so he retreats, not because he doesn't care, but because he cares too much. The angels reveal, vulnerability is not weakness. It is the bravest kind of reaching. And he is reaching, beloved soul. Even if he can't touch your hand yet. He wants to give you truth, but he's still learning how to hold it for himself. Be gentle with him. Be gentler with yourself. Because while he learns to be soft, you are holding the light that guides him home. You have walked so far. Through doubt. Through silence. Through nights when hope felt like a distant star. And still, you arrived. Not with force. Not with control. But with the quiet strength of someone who chose to trust the journey, even when it hurt. The angels say, love is no longer waiting for proof. It is simply being steady, soft, unshaken. He may not be where you imagined. But he is on his way. Not because you pulled him. Not because you changed for him. But because something greater has been moving in both of your hearts all along. The angels reveal, sometimes, the right love finds you not when you are searching, but when you are whole. You no longer need to chase what was never yours to hold. You only need to remain, radiant in your truth, anchored in your peace. And if he is meant to walk beside you, he will. Not through effort. Not through timing. But through grace. Because the love that is truly yours, does not demand. It arrives. And as the angels lift their wings, they whisper this final truth into your soul: let go. Not because you don't care, but because you finally believe you deserve what comes next, whether it includes him or not. And that is the most beautiful kind of freedom.